Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Azuan bin Abdul Rahman. So today I will present my mini project, which is the pedestrian crossing traffic light. So here is my source code. Start, we give the value, the initial value of LED, 82 hash decimal, yeah, and for clear the display unit. So input is the source code for when the pedestrian want to cross the road, they will press the button and it will change the color here. So the traffic light color will based on this source code, and the pedestrian green segment is for duration of green light for the pedestrian to cross the road here. And for the subroutine, I use it to make a delay between the changes of traffic light colors. So we will proceed with our emulator. Here is my file. Okay. So we will begin the trace. Step over, and here it will push the 82 hexa number to AX, which we will be use it to turn on the LED at here. So when we trace, so you can see the LED is turned on at the first switch and the 7 switch. So 7, 5, 7, 6, 5 switches is for the motorist traffic light. I use it. 7 is for the green light, 6 is for the yellow light, 5 is for the red light. And switch 1, 0 is for the pedestrian traffic light. 1 is red light and 0 is green light. And we will proceed to clear the display unit at this here. So the display unit is clear, and the operation from here until here is to display the stop sign at this display unit. So when we step over until here, we can see S is display, and we proceed with the next operation. Display, we display the word of T at the 5th position of the display unit from the right. So T is display, and then we proceed here 3 at the 4th position at the display unit from the right, and then finally P is at the 3rd position at the display unit from the right. So the stop is displayed. Then we proceed with this operation, which is we mark the button at the keyboard unit as the pedestrian button. Then we trace over, and the operation here is to wait for the key press. So we trace over, we wait for the key press, and interrupt 5. Okay, then here it will ask for the input. So when we click add, it will compare the mark button and whether the button is pressed or not at here. This operation will make sure that the button is pressed. So if the button is not pressed, it will jump back into input and wait for another input, as we only mark the key add as the pedestrian button. So any button other than add, it will not recognize. So here it will, if the input is not add, it will jump back at the first address here. So I click the add button as the input. So we will proceed with the another operation. Okay, here we move the AX. We give the value of 42 hexadecimal number into AX. This AX will change the LED from 7 to 6, which is from the green to yellow for the motorist traffic light, and for the pedestrian traffic light it is still the same. So when we trace over, the value AX is updated here, and when we step over one more time, it will bring the output at the LED. As you can see, LED is changed, and then DX is used as the parameter to give the duration of delay, which at here at the source code in this notepad I give it 30, which is equal to 30 seconds. So when we trace over, the value of DX is given, and we will call the delay subroutine at here. This source code we will call it. So when we step over one more time to call the subroutine, as you can see, I can't click any button as it being delayed for 3 seconds. So at this operation, we will give the new value to AX, as we want to change the LED from 6 to 5, which is from the yellow to red for the motorist, and pedestrian traffic light is still red. So we step over, we give the value to AX here, output, and it will finally change to red. Okay. Here you can see it changed to 5, and pedestrian is still 1. And then just like before, I give the value of DX, which is the duration of delay, 30, which is equal to 3 seconds here. Then when we start over, it will update the DX, and we call the subroutine one more time, and it will be delay. As you can see, I cannot click anything. And then we proceed. We will give the new value to AX, which is 21 hexadecimal number here. As you can see, we want to change the pedestrian traffic light from red to green, which is from switch 1 it will change to the 0. So 0 will turn on, which is green for the pedestrian traffic light, and motorist will remain as red, 5. So here when we trace over one more time, here as you can see, it changed the position of LED, which is it turn on at 0. So right now is the pedestrian traffic light is green and motorist is red. And then the command from here, the operation from here, to DS, which from here until here, we will change the display unit from the stop to cross. So as you can see, when I step over here, we will display word of C at the 6th position of the display unit from the right. Here C, it will replace, and then we proceed at the 5th position of the display unit from the right. Here it will change to R, and we proceed. We will display O at the 4th position of display unit from the right, and one more time we will display O at the position of 3rd of the display unit from the right. Here we will change. S, and one more time is for the S at the 2nd position of the display unit. We step over one more time, it will display. So here it display the cross sign, and then I give the value of ds, which is for the delay duration, to 200, which is equal to 20 seconds. So the green time of the pedestrian traffic light is 20 seconds. So we give the value for ds, and it updated here. And then we call the subroutine for the delay. Okay, so it will delay for 20 seconds, and we cannot click anything for 20 seconds. So for the delay subroutine, I use dx as the parameter. So when I give the value of dx at the source code of any segment here, it will be used to determine how long is the delay. So it's done for the delay. So we will give the new value to AS one more time, which is we want to change the green light of the pedestrian traffic light to the red light, as the duration of green light is expired. So it will changes from switch 0 to switch 1, the position of turn on LED. Here you can see it changed to 1. So right now the traffic light both for the motorist and pedestrian is red. Here you can see here. So we give one more time the value of dx, which is 50 equal to 5 seconds. When we trace over, the dx will be updated, and we will call the delay, and it will jump back to the start segment here. So we will start from the beginning, which is the color of LED for the motorist will change to 7, and for the pedestrian it will remain at 1, which is red, and motorist it will change to 7. So we call the delay first, and it will delay for 5 seconds, and we test one more time, it will change to the it will jump to the start segment back here. Okay, so we back to the start, and we give the value of AX, which is the initial here, and it will change back to 7. So that's 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 all for the input add. And if you give the input which is not of add here, you can see we will jump back, it will jump back to the start at the initial address. Here it will ask for the input. When you click 7, it will compare the press button and the mark key, which is will not equal, and it will jump back. It will jump back to ask for another input here. As you can see, it will jump back to ask for another input at here, and in the source code here, it will jump back to input here. Address of here is the same at here. So that's all the explanation, and I will run the program to see how it changes. So we will run the program. Here we give the input add, and it will change cross, as the pedestrian can cross for 20 seconds, and after 20 seconds it will change back. Motorist will be green and pedestrian will be red as the initial state. So we need to wait for the duration of green light. Here you can see it changed back to red light for the pedestrian, and it will jump back to the initial state, which is the motorist is green and the pedestrian is red, and the display will be stop. So that's all the explanation of my mini project for me. Thank you.